So this video, I'm going to be talking about a concept that I've really been thinking about for a long time, and it's been weighing on my mind. And it's just something that really kind of bothers me. And it's when people will say like, oh, like, you have to respect your elders. You have to, like, they're older than you. They know more than you. You need to show respect. And it's like some people almost have this mindset like, oh, just because somebody's older in age means they're always right, and that somebody younger than them cannot be right or know more about a situation. And to me, that seems very like outdated and archaic. And don't get me wrong, I know it's good to respect your elders, like respect your parents and respect your elders, but just saying to respect someone simply because they are older than you without, in my mind, respect is something that is earned. Like, it's not just something you can get because of this or that, or you do this or you do that. Like, to me, respect is earned. And sometimes I feel like some older people don't necessarily earn respect. Here, like, I'll give an example. So, like, these people who think, oh, you just have to automatically respect anyone who's older than you or significantly older than you in age. I'll use an analogy. I'll use an example. So you're going to say to respect an adult. So let's say this adult is like Adolf Hitler, who committed mass genocide of Jews, literally gassed them, tortured them, killed them, like in the thousands. Like he killed so many people. Or like Joseph Stalin. These people who are like, oh, you have to respect people who are older than you. By that logic, you're saying, oh, I should respect them. I should respect like someone like Adolf Hitler. I should respect Joseph Stalin. Or I should respect Jeffrey Dahmer. Like, which I'm not going to go into the details. You guys can look him up. But yeah, pretty bad dude. That logic is invalid. And it just shows that just because somebody's necessarily older or an adult does not necessarily mean that they deserve respect. And I just get so annoyed when people just talk to younger people, such as myself. I mean, I'm youngish. I'm not a baby, but I'm 28. So I'm relatively on the younger side. And just so many times, like, people will be like, oh, well, like, you're young, you don't know anything. But I'm like, I know when things are right and wrong, and I have a mind. I can think for myself. I don't need to be told and force-fed something down my throat just because it's something that someone older told me. There's older people who, like, are horrible people and have no, like, I have so many examples of, like, some older people that I've known that were very unintelligent and that were kind of, quite frankly, horrible people. And these people who go by this argument, you should always respect your elders, is like so stupid to me, because it's like, I'm sorry, I'm not respecting these people just because they're older than me. Like, respect has to be earned. And it doesn't matter to me what your age is, or what kind of job you have, or if you make a lot of money or if you don't make a lot of, none of that is relevant to me. The way I respect someone is if I genuinely feel like they're a good person, they're good to others, they treat other people with respect, and they're just nice. Those people are the people in my mind that deserve respect. And if you're like a horrible human being, you don't deserve respect. And I don't know, it's just something that really irritates me when I just hear people say, oh, like, you have to respect this person, they're older than you. Okay, well, what if that person is a racist, like, pedophile, and they're, like, literally screaming out racial slurs, or they're, like, literally molesting children? Like, oh, are you still gonna sit there and tell me I have to respect that person? Are you really gonna say that I have to respect that person? Because I'm gonna look at you like you're stupid. I don't know. Like, that argument is so dumb and invalid, and can be just, it can be knocked down very easily. It can be refuted very easily. And again, I generally do try to respect my elders and respect the older people. And I will, like, if they prove that they're worthy of being respected, you know. But if I don't feel like they've proved they're worthy of being respected, then I won't respect them. So I don't know. I don't know if, like, and this just really bothers anyone else, or if it's just me. Because I guess I also have some personal experience. Like, I had literally this, it was at that one job I worked at EP, where I ran the embroidery machines for the golf club covers. We embroidered golf club covers. And there was this lady who was like in her 50s, and not to even mention that I had been there like a year and a half longer than her. So like I had already been at that place much longer than her. But just simply because she was older than me, she felt the need, like she could just boss me around or tell me what to do, or say, oh no, you have to do it this way. And I'm like, excuse me, ma'am, I've been here longer than you. I know exactly what I'm doing, and you need to like stay in your lane. I told her that in the nicest way possible, but I really wanted to tell her she was full of shit and to just, you know, piss off. But, you know, I didn't, because I'm trying to be professional here. But yeah, she like tried that with me like a few times, and I like just got assertive with her, and I said, you know, all due respect, like I've been here a while, I know what I'm doing, I know how to do my job, and I really don't need you trying to tell me how to do my job, you know. And eventually she kind of just finally backed off, you know. She finally like left me alone, and I was like, thank goodness. I mean, she still did other things, like she was just, I'll just be it up front, she was kind of a bitch. She was a major bitch. And again, like, I'm the kind of person, I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt. I tried to give her the benefit of the doubt. Like, I was trying to be very nice with her. But like some people, it's like you have to get assertive with them, and you have to like let them know they're not going to walk all over you, and you're not going to put up with that. And, you know, I think the older I get, the easier that comes to me. You know, I'm not just going to let people walk all over me. You know, I'm not here saying that I love to fight and argue and get into it with people. I don't like confrontation, especially with like coworkers or people I'm not really close to or know very well. I don't like that, but like I'm not going to sit there and be a pushover and just let them continue to treat me or walk all over me. They're not going to do that. And I let her know that early on. And so she, you know, those people usually, when you kind of let them know, like, hey, I'm not playing around with you, and you're not going to do this to me. And, you know, again, try to do it in if you work in a job, try to do it in the most professional way you can. You can't just sit there and cuss people out, or you'll lose your job. But, well, I guess some people do at some jobs and some don't, but that's a whole other thing. But just try to keep it very professional, but just, yeah, set your boundaries and just say, hey, you're not doing this to me. And if it continues to be a problem, that's when I'll just go to like my supervisor, like the HR person, and I'll just go to them and I'll be like, you know, I try to resolve things with people one-on-one before I try to go to like someone higher up. Like, I'm not going to be that petty little person who has one problem with someone and then I go to like the higher management. I'm not going to do that. Like, I will like hash it out with them. I will talk it out to them. I'll be like, hey, you know what? When you do this, I don't really appreciate that. And I would really appreciate it if you would stop doing that. And I don't expect us to be best friends here, but I just want to be able to be cordial with you, and, you know, we can just coexist. And, you know, that's usually how I try to handle it. And I'll do that with the person. I'll go to them like one, maybe two times, but like if they keep doing that stuff to me, like after 2 times, I'm going to like the upper management. I'm going to the people like, hey, I have talked to this person. I have told them, you know, to please, they keep doing this certain behavior, repeating these things and doing them to me. and I'm really getting tired of it, and it's really creating stress in the work environment. And I'd appreciate, you guys to like, have a word with that person. And, that way it's like, they can't say, oh, I didn't ever try to come and talk to them. And, why couldn't I have come and talked to them or whatever? I did, and they didn't listen. So, yeah, just because somebody's older does not necessarily mean they're very wise or intelligent. And I'm really tired of people acting like that. There can be younger people who are very intelligent. I've met younger people who are way more intelligent than their elders, and it's just not an absolute. Like, you can't make those statements. But yeah, that's just my view on that, and that's I think all I want to say about that. If anyone else here agrees with that, or you've had your experiences with someone older just being very disrespectful or just trying to belittle you because you're younger than them, like, just let me know. I mean, it happens more than people think. It happens a lot, and I just know I, for one, am sick of it, and I'm just like, I have a zero tolerance for that. I have a zero tolerance. And, I will treat people with respect, but they need to treat me with respect. And if they're going to be a complete asshole, then, I'm not putting up with that. But anyways, I guess I've ranted on about that long enough. But it's just something I've really been thinking about, and I just wanted to know if anyone else has had this problem, and if they agree with my view that, respect is something that's earned and not necessarily just based off of your age. Okay, bye.